Hi guys, welcome back. Happy Monday. Welcome to part 2 of our review. As you can see, I am still in my Supreme Court robe for our review. Alright, so how this review is going to work, you're going to do it during the video so that by the time the video is over, you're finished with your assignment. So pause the video. I want you to go get a piece of paper and number it 1 to 32. Okay, ready? Pause. I'll wait for you. Okay, welcome back. So now you have your paper numbered 1 to 32. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you questions. And before I show you the answer, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to think about what the answer is yourself. Okay? And if you get it correct, put a check mark or put yes or put correct or put a smiley face, whatever you want to do. And then if you get it wrong, put an X or wrong or no or a sad face, something like that for each number 1 to 32. Then at the end of the video, you'll be finished with your assignment, and then just email that to your teacher as a participation grade. Don't worry if you get any wrong. It's fine. You're not going to be graded on how many you got right or wrong. You're just going to be graded on whether you do the whole thing. That's all. So it's just a participation grade. And then you'll have this to study for. And if you ever want to pause it while I'm talking to write down the right answer to help you study later, that's fine too. Okay? All right, let's get going. Here we go. So I will give you a clue, and then you have to try to guess the answer. All right? So here we go. Well, I don't think I need those yet. Here we go. Ready? First one. Purchase that gave the United States a large amount of land. What was that purchase called? The Louisiana Purchase. All right, if you got that one correct, put a check or a smiley face or write the word yes or correct any way you want. Okay, next one. Long trip to explore an unknown area. What clue is that for? Expedition. Very good. Mark that one off on your paper. Next one. An Indian woman who helped the explorers. Ooh, what was her name? Sacagawea. Very good, very good. Okay. Men who explored new lands and traveled to the Pacific Ocean. Ooh. All the way to the other side of the continent. Who was that? Lewis and Clark. Very good, very good. Okay, now we're going to go over some natural resources. You're going to tell me if they are non-renewable or renewable. Here we go. Natural gas. Is it a non-renewable resource or a renewable resource? Non-renewable. Okay. Metal. Non-renewable or renewable? Non-renewable. Okay. Animals. Non-renewable or renewable? Renewable. Okay. Ready? You can pause anytime you want. Trees. Renewable or non-renewable? Renewable. Good. Okay. Minerals, like rocks. Non-renewable or renewable? Non-renewable. All right. The sun. Non-renewable or renewable? Renewable. Coal. Non-renewable or renewable? Non-renewable. Water. Non-renewable or renewable? Renewable. Air. Non-renewable or renewable? Renewable. Just a few more of these. Plants. Non-renewable or renewable? Renewable. Oil. Non-renewable or renewable? Non-renewable. Soil. Non-renewable or renewable? Renewable. Awesome. Okay. All right, now I'm going to show you, we're going to decide if this was the Democratic Republicans who believe this or the Federalists who believe this. So here we go. Ready? First one. Wanted religion in government. Was that the Federalists or the Democratic Republicans? Federalists. All right, mark whether you got that one right or wrong. Okay. Supported farmers only. Federalists or Democratic Republicans? Democratic Republicans. Good job. All right. Afraid of too much democracy. Who was afraid of too much democracy? Federalists or Democratic Republicans? Federalists. Okay. All right. Okay. Religion not important in the government. Who thought that religion was not important in the government? Federalists or Democratic Republicans? Democratic Republicans did. Okay. Wanted more democracy. Who wanted more democracy? Federalists or Democratic Republicans? Democratic Republicans. Last one. Supported farmers and traders. Was that Democratic Republicans or Federalists? Remember, traders are people who traded goods, not people who were not nice. It was the Federalists. Good job. Okay. Now, as you can see in the back here, we're going to play a little game. All right, we're going to play the game, Who Said This? So I'm going to give you some quotes or some things that could have been said, and you're going to tell me, was it Lewis or Clark who said it? Was it Thomas Jefferson who said it? Or was it John Marshall who said it? So let's get started right here. Our first one is, I was a leader in the Democratic Republican Party. Who said that? Lewis and Clark, Thomas Jefferson, or John Marshall? Yes, it was Thomas Jefferson. Very good. Okay. Next one. Who said, I was able to speak with Indians because Sacagawea spoke the Shoshone language? Who was able to speak to Indians because of Sacagawea? Was that Lewis and Clark, Thomas Jefferson, or John Marshall? Exactly. Lewis and Clark would have said that. Yes. Okay. Let's try this one. I established judicial review where justices decide if a law is constitutional. Who would have said that? Lewis and Clark, Thomas Jefferson, or John Marshall? Yes, very good. John Marshall did. Make sure you're keeping track of which ones you got right and which ones you got wrong. All right, next one. I believed farming was important. I farmed on a plantation named Monticello. Oh, which one had a farm named Monticello? Lewis and Clark, Thomas Jefferson, or John Marshall? Yes, very good. Thomas Jefferson did. Awesome. Okay. Next. There we go. I was among the first Americans to travel across the continent and see the Pacific Ocean. We kind of talked about that one a little bit earlier. Who would that have been? Who would have said that? Would Lewis or Clark said that? Would Thomas Jefferson or would John Marshall have said that? Well, who went on an expedition? Yes, Lewis and Clark. Very good. Okay. All right. Next one. I gained the right for ships to travel through New Orleans when I purchased the Louisiana Territory. Well, who purchased it? Who not explored it, but who purchased it? Lewis or Clark, Thomas Jefferson or John Marshall? Yes, Thomas Jefferson. That's right. He purchased it as the president. Very good. Okay. I set the precedent that justices not help or hurt political parties. Was that Lewis or Clark, Thomas Jefferson, or John Marshall? Well, we know we're talking about justices, so it's got to be the Supreme Court. Who was in the Supreme Court? Yes, John Marshall. Very good. Very good. Okay. All right. When I took office, the Democratic Republicans became the majority party peacefully. So this is a different way of saying it than what we've talked about. This is saying when I took office, which means when I became president, the Democratic Republicans became the majority party, which meant they were taking over, they were going to be in charge of the government, and it was peaceful. So which president had a peaceful change of parties? Lewis and Clark, Thomas Jefferson, or John Marshall? Well, Thomas Jefferson is our only president up here, so it must have been Thomas Jefferson. There we go. Okay. All right. I led an expedition across the Louisiana Territory. Who would have said that? John Marshall, Thomas Jefferson, or Lewis or Clark? Right, expedition, Louisiana Territory. There we go. We know that one. Lewis and Clark. Excellent. I think I'm going to move this one down just a little bit. Hopefully it won't rip. There. Okay. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. Okay. Last one. I set precedents for the Supreme Court that are still done today or used today. Set precedents for the Supreme Court. So we know it's got to be somebody who was in the Supreme Court. Was Lewis or Clark in the Supreme Court? Was Thomas Jefferson in the Supreme Court? Was John Marshall in the Supreme Court? Yes, John Marshall. Very good. Excellent, excellent. All right, guys. And there's our game. That would have been number 32. So how did you do? I bet you guys did awesome. We've been talking about this for a while. All right, so make sure you tally up your scores. Make sure you have yes or no on numbers 1 through 32, or somehow for us to know which ones you got right, which ones you got wrong. Send it to your teacher for a participation grade. And I will see you next time for our test. It'll be the last test we're taking for social studies. All right, guys, I'll see you soon. Have a great afternoon. Bye.